It would probably be good if I didn't mute myself. We're off to a great start. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Wyatt's Metal Podcast, or as everyone else is calling it, Wyatt Wednesday. Apparently, we might have to change the name to that because that's what everyone just calls it now. Good to see everybody. Thanks for everyone tuning in today. I wasn't really sure what I was going to talk about until about yesterday, and then all of the metal news publications been blowing up on the same story. So I figured, what's up? I might as well dive in here myself. It's actually a pretty funny story or topic, I think. But before we get to anything, some of you might have seen that I have this very sexy new logo on my channel, on my profiles for Wyatt's Metal, and there's one for Savior of Metal. Those were made by Christoph Artwork here. You can find him on Instagram and probably other channels, but this guy made my logos that are fucking awesome. If you need work, if you need logos, I recommend checking him out. And thank you, dude, for making those because I really loved them. They're awesome. So yeah, if you need a band logo, a YouTube logo or anything, check this dude out. Matt Griffin says another mystery for Wyatt Investigative Wednesdays. Yes, I am the detective of the metal world. I am the Sherlock Holmes of heavy metal, apparently, after I expose the Ponzi scheme of Blue Ridge Ponzi Fest, we'll call it. Good to see everybody in here. As you could probably tell from the title, we're going to be largely talking about the Sleep Token drama, internet controversy, whatever you want to call it. It's actually a really funny story because, if we have any Sleep Token fans in here, I'd love to see what people have to say about the drama going on right before I get to it. But so, Sleep Token, for people who don't know, is a masked band that identifies as metal. I would call them a pop band that occasionally has metal moments in it. But it was really funny because I've been hearing about this band for a while. They've been blown up lately. Everyone's talking about them. I was hearing they're like the new thing in metal. They're the new like wave of metal. And I never really sat down to check them out. I just always heard like, yeah, people dig them. So only recently, like within the last week, I actually decided I'm going to sit down and play a couple of their songs and see what it's about. And man, I did not like that shit. I don't know why, but for some reason, I at first thought they were gonna be either death metal or something like death metal. I don't know if I heard that somewhere or just my brain thought that for some reason. Boy, was I extremely wrong. But I did listen to them for what they are. And if you look at them, they have this look of fucking. They almost look like a black metal band. Their image is kind of like a mixture of like Behemoth and like Heilung and all these kind of masked bands, but their music is like R&B with really whiny singing over like some hip hop beats, a lot of real drone sounds of nothing, and then occasionally there'll be like a really heavy breakdown for a moment, and you'll be like, "Huh?" And then it will go right back to whiny singing over R&B, and you're like, I don't know what the hell's going on right now. But like seriously, I pulled up one of their live videos, them live at some fucking festival, and I just skipped through like certain moments, like I'm cut to here, cut to here, cut to here. Every single part I skipped to sounded like the intro of a song that wasn't fucking getting anywhere, and I was like, do they play music? Or is it just like a then I'm whining over these hip hop tracks that all the TikTok girls are gonna cry over. That's every Sleep Token song. You're welcome. Anyway, I was trying to pull up what they look like here before we get to the drama. Sleep Token is basically Ghost, but worse. They at first there was a while where no one knew what ghosts actually looked like, or they kept the shtick up going for a while, and then they went lame, I would say. But Sleep Token has been on that same part where their identities have not been revealed. It took me literally like less than a minute to find a picture of all of them together. But so this is kind of this is what they look like on stage. If this is actually working. Yeah. Uh I don't know about you guys, but to me it looks like, oh, I get like image wise, not having heard the music, I feel like primordial, high lung, behemouthy, something like that. That is not what you get with this fucking band. Um I will say, like, it's definitely not my thing. I think I've made that quite clear. But they are skilled at what they do. They are not my thing at all, but I would not say that they are bad musicians, if that makes sense. Um, but God, did not like it. Maybe I'm an old, out of touch metal gatekeeper, and that is perfectly fine with me. But so the reason I'm talking about this band is because if you've been paying attention to the interwebs in the last day or two, um, there's been a lot of drama with them going on. Seems to be kind of a thing in metal nowadays, which is a point I want to get to anyway. But what I was saying originally was that so I sat down, finally checked them out, did not like it at all. And just thought that was kind of funny. Was gonna move on. Then I saw that Bradley Hall, fellow metal YouTuber who's fucking hilarious, made a video saying Sleep Token fucking sucks, and I was like, hey, like, was he like reading my mind or something? That's funny. What ironic timing. I agreed with everything he said in his video, and then right after that, Finn McKenty makes a video just talking about the cult of Sleep Token because their fans are insane, and then right after that, which is already kind of a weird lineup of things, this drama ensues with the fans in the interwebs where some people think that Sleep Token have disappeared or broken up or been doxxed or abducted by the CIA. No one knows. Big mystery with the band that all happened to drop in the same timing of me checking them out and deciding liking them, then other metal YouTubers making videos. Now everyone's making videos. What I'm saying is this is a giant conspiracy, but no. Let's read along here. So, Sleep Token wipe Instagram clean, plus fans may have crossed the line. Goddamn fans. A lot of bands seem to have been wiping or deleting their social media profiles as of late, with Sleep Token being the latest to participate in the trend. I love how the first sentence they're just like, yeah. It's not like, oh my God, what happened? Their Instagram page has been wiped clean, and their fans are speculating that it has to do with their birth certificates being shared online. Show me the birth certificates! As fans have pointed out online, Sleep Token's Instagram page is still active, but is blank, and their bio mysteriously says, nothing lasts forever. Their the Instagram, no actual post, but still has a picture of the band, just says that, nothing lasts forever. Very album title-y, I think. And then, no post, but all their stories are still there. Like their saved stories you can look at, that's all still there. Their Facebook is not only still there, but posted a link to one of their videos like yesterday or within the few hours. So it's not like they have vanished off the face of the earth, unfortunately. This, of course, has led some to panic that it may mean the end of the band, with one fan in particular writing that they feel unwell and have massive stomach pain over it. You might have testicular cancer. I'm just saying. That might not have anything to do with Sleep Token. You might want to go to a doctor. Why did Sleep Token delete their Instagram? We have no idea what a wiped Instagram profile means and can only speculate. As we've seen several times in the past, though, artists sometimes clear their social media when they're preparing to head into a new album cycle and start promoting it. Um, then their entire page is able to reflect the new era as opposed to containing photos and videos from the previous album. Take Me Back to Eden only came out midway through 2023, so it'd be rather quick if they were already starting a new album cycle. They could be, though. I mean, it doesn't seem that quick of a turnaround, honestly. But anything is possible. Basically, Sleep Token deleted their Instagram posts and changed their bio to Nothing Lasts Forever, and people are freaking out given the timing, but also speculate it's probably just new era stuff because they wouldn't do the new mass and then just bounce with no warning. Yeah, so for people out there who've never heard of Sleep Token, I congratulate you, but also they're really big right now playing arenas. They're at like the top of their career. They wouldn't just suddenly vanish like that. Um, unless like some horrible thing happened. But the conspiracy that's been leading to people thinking this means something is the timing that the fan mentioned in that post was likely referring to the leaking of the birth certificate. Someone found a birth certificate that says sleep token and it has a picture of a little baby infant on it with wearing the mask, and the world has been shocked to find out that sleep token is actually a humanoid that was birthed. The fans have this whole weird like story, um like philosophy, theology to the band. So that works perfectly. Let's just throw that right in. Fans have speculated that the reason the band wiped their Instagram is because someone apparently found and shared the birth certificate of one of the members, known as 3, online. That member specifically deleted all of their social media accounts, so that combined with the band's empty Instagram has led some to believe that they did it because their identity was leaked. Um, yeah. Good luck saying that. Anonymity, if you can't tell, I'm stupid, is part of Sleep Token's shtick. So this would obviously put an end to it, which could also be the meaning of nothing lasts forever. Now, there are a lot of issues with this. If anyone came here after watching Tank the Text video or many other videos about this, uh, it's suspicious, to say the least, that mm, so yeah, first of all, I see the fan base. I was looking into like Reddit and Twitter and stuff of people talking about this, saying that apparently birth certificates were leaked that showed really private information. There's some crazy stalker girl who has been like harassing the band or has been like trying to like blackmail him or something. Um, I looked. I did not find any pictures of the post of the birth certificate. I've not found any pictures or screenshots of anything from the supposed stalker. I've only seen people saying that there is a stalker, but I personally have not seen even a profile or something claiming to be that person or showing anything. Um, I would really love to know, as someone pointed out on Twitter. This is not my original joke, so I'm not claiming it, but I'd really like to know how the member of Sleep Token traveled back in time and added that he is a member of Sleep Token to his birth certificate. Because birth certificates don't say what band you join 20 years later or so after you're born. Uh, Birth certificates also don't usually have someone's address on it, and if it did, it would be the address of someone when they're born. So assuming if this was a real thing, if this person moved at all, the address wouldn't be accurate. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think anyone has to edit and redo their birth certificate. Um, the story of the birth certificate is suspicious because the band have not commented on it at all. There's been no post saying, "Hey, don't dox us. We have a crazy stalker fan." There's been no like post of it anywhere besides people saying that this thing may have happened. And I browse the interwebs. I've not found even like a burner account claiming to be this stalker who would have done this. Back to the article. The fact that someone went and found Three's birth certificate. Does the birth certificate say Three on it? I would love to see that. That would be the next post on Sleep Token's Instagram should be a birth certificate that literally says Three. Forcing him to delete all social media is absolutely disgusting. This person may have single-handedly ruined Sleep Token for everyone. One fan on Wrote X. That would be a hell of a powerful fan. I can't fucking imagine. So, like back in the day when I was in school and Slipknot were getting really big and people were guessing who they were, even though like it took no effort at all to literally read the fucking album notes to see who they were. But like all the people in school at the early beginning of social media were like, "Oh, no one knows who the members are," and blah 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 blah. I can't imagine someone on MySpace then being like, "Holy shit, guys! I found Corey Taylor's birth certificate," and then 5 days later, Slipknot's like, "We're done. Sorry, guys. Someone ruined it for everyone. What can you do? You know, just our album contracts, our tours, all of that, just because a birth certificate appeared online that we could easily just deny and lie about and would have no proof of who it is. Sorry, guys. This one random account on the internet destroyed this highly profitable band. Yeah, I don't believe that at all. And I could definitely be wrong because as I got to make that clear. I have no inside information on this band or anything. But I only believe that it's either a marketing stunt that the band is behind on completely and is either leaked these little nuggets of like an agitator of a instigating fan who's harassing them to like, build buzz, or that is a complete fabrication on the fan base that the band was just unaffiliated with and happens to be doing this timing with their social media at the same time. It could really be that because people are crazy. So any band leaving any vague thing, people are going to make up all these theories. Apparently there's an entire fucking like I said already, theology behind Sleep Token and their music, and they like worship some god and shit. I haven't read their lyrics, but that apparently was entirely made up by the band. At least that's what Tank just said in his video, and that's what I was looking up. I was looking up the band's Wikipedia page and like stuff from them. I didn't really see anything that was pushing this whole like weird made up theology. So that's really what I think it is. It's nowadays marketing has always been a thing for metal and rock and roll. And back in the old days, before social media, before the internet, they would do stunts like Alice Cooper had a billboard truck with a picture of him lying down naked with a snake covering him, and had that truck break down in the middle of London on like their busiest street intentionally to get news and headlines. A lot of the myths of heavy metal were more or less made up for that same type of thing. That's what I covered in a video before. And nowadays with social media, it's pretty much that. It's no longer, oh, we think this band are actually Satanists or actually like demons from hell. It's like, oh, this band deleted their social media. What's going on? Apologies if that was really loud and I hit my microphone, but yeah, that's how like drama and beef is now too. I noticed the same type of beef from the hip hop world has started to carry into metal at least a little bit, with a lot of new bands nowadays beefing with each other, threatening to fight each other. That's all a tactic from the hip hop world. A lot of that is manufactured, not all of it, but a lot of it is to boost sales of bands, get attention. That's what I think this is. Pretty much every time Ghost was coming out with a new album, the singer would adopt a new persona And at first, people would actually be like, "Oh my god, the singer's actually leaving the band. They're actually getting someone else." Until everyone realized that it's just part of their little shtick. But I could be wrong. But thankfully for me, I don't like Sleep Tokens, so either way, I'm good. uh, I fucking hate Sleep Tokens fan base, someone says. I just learned about the birth certificate thing. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? I'd wholeheartedly sympathize with them if they wanted to pack it all in at this point. And what a blow it would be if they did. Congrats, everyone. Another fan inserted. I'll fucking tell you right now, I would not sympathize with them if they threw it all in because someone leaked that. Because especially if the band are an anonymous band, how could you? They could pull up your actual birth certificate and just be like, "That's not me." And be like, "Yeah, no, it is you," and be like, "No, it's not." There'd be so many ways to get out of that. Uh, I wouldn't let my successful internationally touring headlining band break because of a birth certificate that fucking anyone can find. I don't know if you guys know this, but you can find most people's private information on the internet. It's not difficult if you actually look. I'm not going to tell you to because it's kind of illegal if you post it out there and shit. But yeah, man, like this is very hard to believe, especially because their Facebook is still there. Their YouTube is still there. It's not like they just disappeared off the top of the planet. Some have further claimed that the individual that leaked the birth certificate also shared Three's home address, resulting in a plethora of very angry responses online. I do really wonder if even this whole talk of birth certificate leak and a crazy stalker, I wonder if that comes from the band. I really wonder if, because I would do that. I would absolutely do that. What a great way to stir up controversy and people talking about you is be like, oh my God, this band has a crazy stalker that's doing all this stuff. That's a great way to get buzz going and people talking about you and just leak out this little information out there. I'm not saying that's what they did. I don't know anyone in their camp. I'm gonna try really hard to quit bumping my camera here, but uh yeah, it's I don't buy it. I could be wrong, but I don't buy it. Either way, meh. I think it's a bunch of probably young fans freaking the fuck out who don't really know how the internet works. Don't know that it was not hard for me at all to find the members' identities or supposed identities. Um, what's everyone saying about this? Let's pull up some of these comments here. Like Ronnie Radke knows it. Ronnie Radke knows the truth of everything. He will be here to break the truth soon, hopefully. Um, Metalopolis, funny fucking person, says sounds made up. Who names their baby Sleep Token or Three? It's stupid. That's what I'm saying. I really want their next Instagram post to be a birth certificate that says Three on it and has a picture of a toddler wearing the mask and be like, "This is horrible. You guys have got to stop." Um, yeah. Mono Mino says, "Didn't Paramore already do this to promote a comeback or something? For fuck's sake, they did this only a few weeks ago." Yeah, Paramore just did this. Um, Shit, I'm sure the thing I thought of immediately was very recently when Snoop Dogg was posting saying that he's gonna quit smoke and to please respect his privacy, and everyone was like, "What's going on?" And I immediately was like, "That's fucking bullshit." And it was a publicity stunt for some shitty company that apparently didn't even make much off of that ad deal that they did with him. But yeah, no, I don't fucking believe for 1 second that this is an actual real thing. Putrid Eternity, my guitarist, what's up, man? Says, first time I heard of Sleep Token was when the fart video came out. Yeah, that was definitely more entertaining than their music, for me at least. Definitely needs an Alex Terrible Gator growl. That would probably make me like the music a lot more, I gotta say. Yes, very sad. Anyways. Oh no. Anyway, that's my thoughts on it personally. And it was funny because when I checked them out and realized that, holy shit, I do not like this band, I was like, man, that's going to put me in a big minority. I know I'm going to get a lot of heat. First, I got the hippies hating me. Then I got the Pantera fans hating me. Now I'm going to have the Sleep Token fans hating me. But thankfully, Bradley took a lot of the hit for me going first. I'm like, okay, cool. Now, it's not just me who can come out and say, this band's kind of overrated. Tutorial how to freak out every TikTok girl when you are popular. Freaking delete your IG posts. 100%. If I had an audience of TikTok fans who were all full of meds, out of their fucking mind, partially schizophrenic, definitely just broken and paranoid and full of anxiety about everything, I would absolutely start a burner account leaking that we have some crazy stalkers trying to ruin the band and just let that float out there and let everybody run with it and do their own little whole thing, That would be great. I hope I'm right. I hope I do. Maybe I'm not. I don't really care that much. Sleep broken. I am full of the witty uh, bits right there. Wyatt's going to end up having the horrible fan bases after him. It seems to be already a thing. Like, I get so much hate comments on videos where I didn't even think it was that big of a deal. I still get the hippies really mad at me. Someone today just left a comment asking if I'm racist against hippies. And I responded just saying, hippies aren't a race. Moving on. Metalopoly says that dude from Slaughter to Prevail did a hilarious reaction video of Sleep Token's summoning song. He called it Pussy Metal. Alex Terrible's fucking awesome. I love his videos of him wrestling bears, which seems to just be a pastime in Russia. If you guys don't know. Is there any more on the Sleep Token? Yeah. As of now, Sleep Token are set to embark on an Australian tour in April of this year. Their first US appearance will be at Sick New World, followed by a handful of other shows and festival performances. I highly doubt all of that would just come crashing down because some person put a vague birth certificate online. And if someone did, you can just go after them. That wouldn't end the ban. There's so many ways you could fuck that person legally if they actually did that. Sleep Token wiping their Instagram page is not how I wanted to start my morning. You psychotic wenches are the worst, I swear. Yeah. Is not see, this Nothing Lasts Forever. That comes off to me like Slipknot's All Hope Is Gone or fucking any band who's ever done that. If that's not a title, it's just meant for something else. And I'm sick. This person is sick of Sleep Token. Yeah. That was good. I gotta add that to my repertoire more often. Whenever I don't like a band now, I'm gonna call them wenches. Why are you screaming, sir? It's 5:22 in the morning. Why are you screaming? Basically, for the record, I was reading a book at 5:22 this morning, not screaming on Twitter. Anyway, I'm sorry I just woke up. TikTok words. Basically, Sleep Token deleted their Instagram post and changed their bio to Nothing Lasts Forever. And people are freaking out given the timing, but also speculate it's probably just new era stuff because they wouldn't do that with new masks and all this stuff. No warning, like I said. Uh, Yeah, it's all just people freaking out on the X verse, as I like to be calling it, which pretty much only exists for drama and people freaking out over shit. I'm sorry, but just the screaming here is really funny. God fucking damn it, I can't have shit with y'all. So it is a great day to not be a Sleep Token fan, to not fucking care about any of this shit. Pretty crazy fans indeed. Happens to everybody, you know. To be fair, Slayer had some fucking crazy fans. And we all love Slayer. I love Slayer. And they had some crazy fucking fans. It's not, I'm not going to blame them solely for having some lunatics in their fan base, but it happens, especially with younger crowds. Hell no, she got them cat ears on. You know she's serious. It's like, I can't fucking have anything nice. You can't tell from my cat ears. I'm furious. Does the birth certificate say I'm in Sleep Token? I would love to know that. That would be weird. And I'm pretty sure, like, my birth certificate, I'm quite certain, does not have my home address on it or my mother's. And if it did, it would be the one from when I was born, which wouldn't be accurate now. So what the fuck would even be the point? I don't believe it. I think it is a marketing stunt. I think Sleep Token is pretty overrated. If that makes me old, cool. That's great. I'm perfectly fine with that. Hopefully they just deleted their Instagram because social media is evil and toxic. And what a great way for a mysterious band to be mysterious, to have no fucking social media at all. That would be a great way to continue what they claim to want to be doing. In other news that I wanted to cover in the metalverse, Mötley Crüe loses legal battle and ongoing dispute with Mick Mars. And as a savior of metal, I'm here to say good. Mötley Crüe, excuse me, the cover band pretending to be Mötley Crüe has lost the latest legal battle in the ongoing dispute with their former guitarist Mick Mars. The two sides have been battling since April, when Mars claimed the band was trying to rip him off financially following his retirement from the group. Now, a Los Angeles judge has ruled the band refused to turn over documents to Mars in a timely manner, despite the guitarist and his representatives' continued request. Yeah, so for those who haven't heard of this, I guess there was some confusion to where Mick Mars, longtime guitarist, founding guitarist of Mötley Crüe, decided to take a step back from the road, or to not tour anymore, or at least that's what he was claiming. And then the rest of the band was claiming that he was quitting completely. He was out of the band completely. So there was already that drama. And then this court case started happening where Mick was saying he was realized that he wasn't paid what he was owed, I think on some either album sales or the tour they're doing when they came back from their fucking bullshit contract thing. Basically what I was gathering was that the rest of the Mötley Crüe band were trying to gaslight him and pretty much everyone else into basically believing that he was too old to understand what the contracts meant, and he was saying that they're trying to just fuck him over. I tend to think they were just trying to fuck him over. Trying to see more into here first. Why Mötley Crüe and Mick Mars are both claiming victory. Despite the decision, the dispute between Mötley Crüe and Mars continues. The crux of the battle, Mars claims that he was illegally severed from the band, is scheduled to be heard by a private arbiter later this year. Meanwhile, lawyers for both sides claim victory following the judge's recent ruling. Finally, somebody somewhere told these guys they can't bully Mick anymore. We're in the middle of a huge arbitration that will ultimately decide if Mick has to give up his shares or not, if they did things properly or not. Obviously, we claim they didn't do anything properly. And then I think it's a pretty huge victory for Mick. What did the Mötley Crüe guy say? On the Mötley Crüe side, they say the case is over, which isn't true. That's not true at all. That's the key takeaway, declared the band's attorney. By denying the petition as moot and ending the case isn't over. The court found that the band turned over all documents to Mars, and there's nothing more to do. That's not what the other person said. The band went above and beyond its obligations by providing much more documents than the statute required. Indeed, the court's decision explained the thousands of documents that the band provided to Mars. That's confusing as shit. I'm trying to just make sense of this. It seems like the defendant judge for Mick claims that they didn't turn over the documents in time. Oh, wait, no, they didn't. Sorry, my bad. The judge further noted the band claimed to have given Mars all of their responsive documents he requested in November, only to turn around and give the guitarist an additional 1,300 pages of records in early December. What a whole bunch of legal fuckery. That's really annoying and not rock and roll. Where do you guys sit on this side of the metal Mötley Crüe drama? For me personally, I liked Mötley Crüe fine back in the day. They were fun. I saw their final tour where they signed the contract saying they would never tour again, and they fucking kicked ass, and it was awesome. And I thought that was a decent way for them to go out as a band. And then very shortly they came back, blew up that contract within 2 or 3 fucking years. Kicked Mick out of the band. Were caught using backing tracks a lot. Hired John 5, which I was so fucking very disappointed by. Oh my god. John 5 is an awesome guitarist. He fucking kicked ass with Rob Zombie. I like his solo stuff. He's way beyond Mötley Crüe. That's so he's so overqualified for that shit position. I just hope he's getting paid so much money and can do so much more afterward. Needless to say, I think Mötley should have went out in 2017 when they did that fucking tour. And I think they're kind of a joke now. Sadly. Says, Nikki, this won't affect my ability to eat lots of cheeseburgers, will it, Tommy? Vince Neil. Vince Neil's probably just at a KFC right now, just dunking himself in a bucket, just being like, I don't know what's going on. Just you handle it. Let's just throw money. He's just throwing greasy $100 bills at their lawyer. Wendy says, I would pay to go to a Sleep Token show before I'd go to a Mötley show for free. Damn. I mean, I'll say that with Sleep Token, you probably are getting more instruments actually being played live. So, yeah, I'll definitely give you that. I just think I think Mötley Crüe has been kind of an embarrassment since they came back then. But that's just me. The savior has spoken. I had another interesting article came up here that I actually haven't read yet, but I thought it would probably be a fun laugh for everybody. And we'll see where I side with it, too. Back to Loudwire. Mudvayne's Chad Gray says new bands sound the same, don't have as deep of influences. What a controversial statement, and the internet exploded, calling him a poser and out of touch and blah, 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 blah. I don't know if that's true. I didn't check, but in a new interview, Mudvayne's Chad Gray tackled the current state of heavy music, stating his belief that new bands sound the same, while suggesting modern rock and metal artists' influences don't run as deep as they did when he was coming up. I'm quite curious what he has to say here. Because not having read this and only going off of that headline, I already agree with that statement. But what are his specifics? The Mudvayne vocalist's remarks came in a chat with the Underground Australia. As Blabbermouth pointed out, Gray was answering a question about the new metal revival that's cropped up in pop culture, new metal's influence on today's band. It is very strange, this whole like revival of new metal is happening, isn't it? Uh, when I was coming up in metal in the early 2000s, new metal was basically considered like a gateway genre. It was like what you started with, and then as soon as you found other bands, broke out of your little new metal cocoon and blossomed into a beautiful death metal butterfly to fly around and explore new horizons. A beautiful death metal butterfly. I'm gonna make a shirt of that. Not holding any punches, Gray responds, "Dude, maybe I shouldn't say this, but I don't give a fuck because I'm me and I've got stuff to say, and I'm going to say it. Music now to me, God bless them, new bands, but they sound the same. All new music reminds me of the same fucking thing." That was an old South Park episode before where like you like a lot of things, then grow up and suddenly the things you like sound like shit. And I think it was Stan would hear music and literally just hear the sound of like people shitting. Which does happen. I gotta say, now that I'm in my early 30s, I can 100% say that that is true. He continues, nothing separates one band from another. It's like one band kind of does something, 100 bands follow that band, then another band does something, then 100 bands follow that band, and sounds just like that fucking band. Now, I do agree with that. And that's one thing I have trouble with a lot of bands nowadays is that, and not even just one like subgenre of metal, but like kind of metal as a whole. There's a lot of it's just really processed. It sounds like a metal album that came off an assembly line where you're like, okay, the parts go here, that part goes there. We get it. Um, I do feel like a lot of bands now are more focused on the brutality, the speed, how crazy, how intricate can the music be. Obviously, this is big in like deathcore, prog, genres like that, where you get people just fucking jerking off their instruments at the same time, which is cool for people who like it. I'm not gonna diss it necessarily. It's that music does not connect with me, but I get why people would listen to it. I myself have always been more connected to the uh the groove of music, the vibe, the frequency, if you want to call it. I don't know, but the I would much rather listen to a song that you connect with the what am I saying? Connect with the groove with than one that's like over superly technically skilled. We're like, oh my god, they hit so many blast beats per second, or rather than I don't need a song to be overly complicated to be good. A very simple song can be the most moving, most powerful song. And I do feel like a lot of bands miss that nowadays. I feel like a lot of bands miss the soul of music and miss that whole feeling it in your heart, like old school, that vibe you got from um old school rock and roll. Like I love old rock and roll from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, everything. When they're just going out there and playing their fucking heart out. I do feel like a lot of bands now are more processed, more make sure every single thing is hitting in the right way and not just uh going for it, letting their soul speak for it. But that's me. So let's see what more he has to say here. Um, and I say that for like every that goes. There are death metal bands like that. There are power metal bands like that. There are new metal bands like that. There's a fucking lot of black metal bands like that. It's everywhere. By way of illustration and harkening back to the golden age of new metal, Gray referenced Mudvayne's assortment on tour mates on 2001 Ozfest, asserting that between his band and others on that bill, they were all noticeably different in sound. I was on Ozfest 2001. Gray says, so you had Slipknot, Marilyn Manson. Some would say that Mudvayne and Slipknot are quite close, let's say. Marilyn Manson, Papa Roach, Disturbed, Mudvayne, Drowning Pool, every fucking band. That's your band. Every band I just named. None of them sound the same. I'll give you that, quite a few of them sound similar at times, but most of them do have enough variety where you would be able to pick them out from each other. I'll give them that. And I think that's why it was such a special time. How the fuck did he not mention Limp Bizkit, by the way? You're trying to talk about the golden age of nu metal. You don't mention the Godfather's Limp Bizkit. You should be ashamed of yourself. God Emperor Durst does not approve. And I think that's why it was such a special time in music, because everybody was bringing what they were bringing to the table. You had System of a Down and shit tons of bands, man. And all very original and all doing their own thing. We were a part of that. That's funny, because I do remember feud back in the day of fans kind of between Mudvayne and Slipknot. The Mudvayne figurehead distilled the idea even further, holding that the influences fooling him in the early 2000s came from further back in the rock and metal continuum. Now he said bands take more contemporary music than they do classics. I agree with that. I definitely fucking agree with that, man. I feel like a lot of bands nowadays are a modern age death metal band is inspired by maybe the classic death metal bands or bands they grew up with, but may not go back to what inspired their originators. You have to go all the way back. When I was getting into metal, I discovered Slayer, and then through them I discovered Motorhead, and then through Motorhead I discovered Little Richard, and you fucking go further back and really get all of the elements and influences that make your favorite music, and that really will take, I think, you as a musician, as a fan, further too, because that's kind of weak, I think. If you're starting a power metal band and your only influences are established power metal bands, you're already quite in a box. That's one thing. Oh, that's a good thing to mention about my my band, Dark Insanity. Our drummer, who's awesome, hadn't played in a metal band for a long time. I think like 10 years or so, and played a lot of other music. Played in other bands that were not metal at all. And I think that for him brings a lot of influence into our band that makes it really interesting and adds new, like, different hits, different moments that maybe someone who's solely only thinking of blast beats might not have come up with. I fully support exploring other music genres and getting influence from all of them. Not to say, put them all together like Sleep Token does, because no. Influence comes from a lot of places, man. And yeah, so explaining the difference, he continued, the things that make me Chad Gray are James. Is he talking in the third person? Are James Hetfield, Lane Staley, Phil Anselmo, blah, 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 blah. I love those guys. I could fucking go down the list and name you probably 50 different singers that Chris Cornell, that I used to sing every fucking thing that they ever put out in their songs on their albums. And I've taken all the influence that inspired me to want to do what I do, and I've processed that. However, these days, what bands do when they look at this new band, and everybody follows that new band, Gray adds, it's not even an influence really because they're current. Even when I came out in 2001, my influences were from 1981 or 1983, like 20 years. Almost 20 years prior to me dropping my first album. I wasn't ripping off a band from 1999 and releasing my album in 2001. Throwing shade at all the new bands out there. No, that's kind of funny because really I've never been a fan of Mudvayne's music, but I completely agree with everything he said there. Um, the best music out there is in the past. Music gets better the farther in time you go. um, that's my thing. But let me catch up with these comments here. So Metalopoly says, "Dang, Mudvayne's still a thing. I'm kind of surprised." Yeah, they got back together somewhat recently. Within the last couple of years, they did a reunion. Uh, Christoph says, "Never was the biggest fan of Mötley Crüe for me. The one glam is Twisted Sister, but growing on pirated MTV docs, I remember loving Mötley Crüe's story and being invested, and all this court stuff is frustrating. Mars deserves everything." I agree with that one. And their story is fun. It's great. Like I enjoyed the Dirt movie actually. I thought it was entertaining. I've heard the book is actually more intense. Uh yeah, not to say their whole like history isn't entertaining and pretty fun. Still enjoy their music, but yeah, all the court shit is just really annoying. It's so lame when like metal and punk bands in particular end up in lawsuits with each other and going through court battles. Like, how very metal suing each other. Have you heard about Electric Callboy? Have I heard about Electric? I know the band. Is there some like new news with them or something? But Electric Callboy is great. I love that band. They're a newer band that I enjoy because they're just so much fun. And see, they add genres together, but I think do it quite well. It's Mishki says, "Hi man, any plans on European festivals this year? I am playing the Tulminator Festival in Slovenia with my band Dark Insanity in July, I believe it is. I think that's probably the only European festival. God damn. Sorry, I keep bumping. This is probably super annoying. That's probably the only European festival I'm gonna hit up. My band is competing in the Vakken Metal Battle of the Bands, which is a competition. So if my band were to win that, uh, we would have the opportunity to play one of the stages at Vakken as well. That is a very small possibility, but it is a possibility. So, but Tulminator for sure is definitely happening. We're playing it. We'll be there the whole time. That's probably it for Europe festivals this year, but I am going to 70,000 Tons of Metal in 2 weeks. They have announced a couple more bands. Nothing too exciting though. They did announce Carnation though, and that's cool. I like them. But I'm going on 70,000 Tons of Metal. I'm gonna go to Sick New World. I'm gonna go to Milwaukee Metal Fest. Going to Aftershock. We'll probably end up going to Full Terror Assault. I'm just gonna try to hit up quite a few American festivals since that's easier for me. But I highly recommend coming to Tulminator and checking us out. It's going to be fun. Funny that my first start to metal was Mötley Crüe. I mean, that's a good start. Back in the day. I'm not saying I don't enjoy their old music, and I didn't used to love getting drunk at the Rainbow blasting their songs. That was fun. Mine Carter asks, "Hello, how are you doing?" I am doing fine. Then it's actually quite funny. The next video I'm going to be making, if I don't make a quick sleep token one to jump on this hype train, to jump on the algorithm, as all YouTubers do. The actual video that I'm going to make next for my channel is the worst concert tragedies. Because when I made my festival disasters video, people got mad at me that I didn't put single concert disasters in it. People got mad at me that I didn't include such thing as like terrorist attacks in the video because YouTube's full of bloodthirsty fucking maniacs. But so my next video is tragedies at concerts, people dying. So for the last like day and a half, I've been doing the research for it, and I've been watching videos of fucking the Great White Fire, the Bataclan. The fuck else is on there? All of that shit. It's been very pleasant for my mental health. It's filled me full of sunshine and rainbows and positivity. Uh Definitely not sitting around like Barbie going, "Do you ever think of dying?" Like, yes, the savior of metal just made a Barbie movie reference. I expect my subscribers to drop exponentially right now. No, so I've been doing the research for this video. It's really fucking depressing. And I've been trying to think, this will be funny to say here. I've been trying to think of how to make the video funny despite the topic of it, because goddamn, I don't want to just make a video of everyone just fucking depressed and sad. Now I know how Donut Operator feels when he was watching all these videos. So to let everyone know right now, I will absolutely not be insulting or making fun of any of the victims in this upcoming video, because in every single one of them, they were innocent people who got killed by tragedy. And that's not funny to me. But it is my channel, and I am a sarcastic asshole, so I will probably still be making some snarky remarks about the event in particular, or if it was caused by someone, I will definitely ripping on them very fucking hard. You know me. I will be respectfully shit talking a lot in that video. But yeah, that research was exhausting. I had to put on a nice comedy movie after doing that. But to be fair, here's a point I want to make, and I'm gonna have to make this in the video too, because I'm trying to think of like, how do I put jokes in here and make it really funny to where it's not, mocking innocent dead people. But while I've been thinking of that, I've been watching these videos talking about these tragedies, like the Who stampede that someone mentioned in the comments, and all of them are slow with like really ominous, depressing music playing, and all of them sound like they're being respectful and mourning, and it's sad, but all of them are fucking like misery jerk off porn. It's all the narrator going, and you could hear them gasping for their last breaths as their family members around them were screaming until it ended. And the audience just sitting there jerking off, like, yeah, tell me more about them dying. And my video's not gonna fucking be that. I gotta say, my video is going to be like, damn, that was fucking horrible and ironic. Why didn't this thing happen? And I know I'm gonna get way more shit hate comments on my video than these ones do, of these fucking what is it called? True crime porn is basically what it is. So I think that will be my tactic for the videos, mocking a lot of the viewers more than it will be mocking the people in the video itself. That's my little sneak peek to what I have coming up here very soon. Wendy says, my end of year music wrap up always says you listen to music from the 90s the most this year. Yeah, mine was exactly the same. Mine was like, people were asking, oh, what's your Spotify wrap up for the year? And like, it's all like the Blues Brothers soundtrack and like old funk music. I mean, I've listened to more stuff than that, but like, if I'm driving and playing a lot of hilarious stuff, that's usually what I'm listening to. I did check out a lot of new music recently, though, and that's a goal for the year, is to really sit down with a lot of new albums and bands and go through it all. Tim says, if you do get to play Valken, would you like us all to chip in and buy you a life ref so you can paddle in and out? I think if we play Valken, I'm gonna come up with floaties on and a little like snorkel, already just covered in mud. No, I'm gonna wear a wetsuit, like diving. That will be perfect. That's gonna be my plan. Oh, cool. This comments here from Mishki, I think it is. Says, sick. My friend's band how do I pronounce this? Anderlam Iswa. I probably said that totally fucking wrong, so just read the comment. Won the Vakken medal in my country. That's cool. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Uh, yeah, that's really cool. I think that's a good little service battle of the bands thing they have. It's for for those that don't know, it takes place in a lot of countries. It's a battle of the bands, has to be unsigned bands, and the winner gets to play Vakken, which is rad. Matt Griffin says the Who in Cincinnati was bad, which is the stampede crowd crushing that will definitely be in my video, which is one of the incidences in there that does not fucking make any sense to me at all. Looking into like how it happened and what caused it seems really fucking dumb. Um like I don't want to say a freak accident, just a lot of really stupid factors all collapsing into each other, which is most of them. Chaos Tomb says that was an interesting time to join the video. I wonder which party was that. If it's been off the rails here. One of the guys at my gym works out to the Monty Python soundtracks. Whatever gets you pumped, man. Whatever gets the blood going, makes you ready to do some workouts. An album for me that I always loved listening to at the gym was Rammstein's was it Live in Paris album? For some reason at the gym, I love that one. It's industrial metal goes great at the gym where you get the repetitive timing and clanks and shit goes great with lifting. That's my recommendation for if everyone needs gym music. We'll put you on plywood just like in 99. Hell yeah. If we play Vakken, we should cover break stuff. Yes, that has been a very pretty drama-filled day of metal and oh, I was thinking of including that. I probably should and get to this comment first. Did you include the tornado that hit that club in Rockford last year? I think you're talking about was it the Morbid Angel and Crypto show where the roof fell in? Yeah, that was pretty bad. And since it was recent, I should probably put that on my list as well. Be weird. I'm gonna make like an exciting countdown list of like people dying in horrible ways. Yay! um. Oh, to give clarification, since you tuned in, then I was making fun of all of the true crime, insane people out there, mostly modern women nowadays who watch all of those like true crime documentaries and stuff. I was saying how my next video is going to be on tragedies at concerts, and I'm going to be making a lot of sarcastic jokes, and people are going to get more mad at me than they are at videos of some guy just like, you can hear his last breaths and their blood dripped into it, and like, you know. Um, it's like reading a Sleep Token fans fan theory video, I guess. Wendy says, "Watch Mojo makes those lists every day." You know, one of the dumbest comments I get on my videos is I'll get some people leaving hate comments saying, like on the disasters video or the crimes one, they're saying, you could have just said the facts of what happened without giving your stupid opinion and trying to put your immature jokes. And I'm like, you can go watch Mojo or just fucking read Wikipedia if you just want. Just give me the facts of what happened. Boom, 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 boom. And like, number one, this. Number two, this. You boring fuck. Yeah, it's like, you can go watch those boring channels if you want. Just give me the facts and no personality or thought. I like just being told what to think. Let me see if I can pull this up. So, hey Wyatt, just sent over to your IG rough sketch for Wyatt's Wednesday. If you don't mind pulling it up here so people can decide, trying to combine 80s thrash and old death. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick and do that. That would be cool. I appreciate you doing that, by the way. That's awesome. trying to figure out how the internet webs works to pull this up while I'm at it. Do. I think I'm having trouble pulling it up right now. Pause for dramatic effect. Hang on, I'm loading this. We can all do it, guys. Don't worry. How many metalheads does it take to figure out how to use the internet? God, I am not able to fucking pull this up right now. I'm gonna grab my phone, which is in the other room for that. But I'll tell you what I will do. I am going to take the picture and I'll make a post of it on the YouTube. So if you go on actual YouTube, you'll see a post. I'll put the picture there and have people comment. It'll probably get more views there, honestly, too. So I'll post up there for people to see. It's Mishki says, could read about Blue Ridge on articles if I wanted a boring, straight to the point read. Yeah, right. That's what I'm saying. How fucking boring. It really makes me wonder if Beavis and Butthead had never came out and tried to come out nowadays, do you think the metal and rock community would hate it for making jokes about bands and being sarcastic? Would they be like, this is so hateful and mean and we don't need this in our rock and roll community? I wonder that. That'd make it for a good video, maybe. Yeah. That being said, I think that pretty much covers everything I wanted to talk about here. If you're just tuning in now, basically, Sleep Token fans are weird and over dramatic. I think they're overreacting, and I think the band are pulling a marketing stunt. I could very much be wrong, and that would be fine. I don't really care that much either way. Before I do go, actually, I just got my new headset for my PS4. So very soon, within the next few days, I want to start doing a video game stream. I want to do a stream. I'm thinking on Twitch. I guess that handles it better, but you can do video game streams on YouTube too. Shit, maybe I'll do one starting on YouTube and one on Twitch and see which operates better. But yeah, this week I will be doing a gaming stream where I will probably be playing the God of War Ragnarok DLC, Valhalla. And if you like my witty sarcasm and shit talking, I will be doing it there. Or if you don't like that and you just want the facts of the story, you can not watch my channel and go to Watch Mojo instead. GTA stream would be pretty fucking hilarious. More festival videos to pass the time for festival season. Yeah, I do want to make some more festival highlight videos to check out. I definitely need to do a video on like festivals to check out for the year, best ones for first timers. That's all definitely going to be coming down the pipeline for sure. Yeah, getting to that. But for now, yeah, follow me on any of my links if you like. Check me out on Twitch. There's nothing there yet, but within the next few days, I'm going to do a game stream on there, or later on, we'll try one here. Be on the lookout for that. Plenty of videos coming out. Check out Dark Insanity on Instagram. We have our demo recorded, fully recorded. We need to just get it mixed, and we'll be ready to put it out there so everyone can hear how we are the worst band ever and how none of the members can even play 3 notes on any instrument. It's going to be great. I'm excited for everyone to hear it. So with that said, thank you for tuning in, everybody. I always appreciate you here checking out my channel and videos. And I will have a new video for you very, very soon. So until then, stay fucking metal.